So I'm having a chat with Pauline of The Selecter. How are you?
I'm very well, Jim. How are you this afternoon? Good?
Yeah, not too bad. Thanks so much. So having a little chat as you've got new music on the way. And the track that we've been playing of yours most recently is Human Algebra. Tell us a little bit about the track.
Well, the song portrays the aftermath of a young man's rather senseless death due to the scourge of a knife crime. I mean, we're using the term human algebra, I suppose, to if people kind of remember back to maths, that awful subject kind of thing. They will know that algebra is concerned with finding the unknown. So we're kind of using human algebra as like a metaphor for asking why this happens. And the expectation, I guess, that really as a society, we really should think that, enough is enough. If this is what's happening among our young people, then this needs to be looked at.
Yeah, no, definitely. And what was the reason behind picking that particular subject as a track to concentrate on, the subject to concentrate on in the single?
Because you see it every single week in your news. There's 2 or 3 young kids that lose their lives, you could say, practically every week. I mean, it's happened here in Coventry, where I live. I just think that, if we don't protect our young people, if we don't give them the life skills that they need, which are, considered argument and, knowing that it's much better to talk out problems than it is to pull a knife out of your pocket and stab somebody else.
Yeah, most definitely. And, the track comes from a new album of yours, which is coming out in a few weeks' time, also called Human Algebra. What can people expect to hear when they get a chance to listen to the record? Right,
it comes out on April 21st. We started recording it at pretty much the beginning of lockdown, I think, and we cover a lot of bases. I mean, it's really strange because now it's coming out in 2023. So many of the things that we were talking about on the album, I mean, like knife crime, like sort of, nobody any longer knows the difference between a lie and the truth because our media is so completely messed up. Also, the song Stop Them deals with very much, whatever's happening in the world to among all the major nations after COP27. We still don't seem to get it, that we've really got to kind of draw the line at all the waste that we're producing and stuff like that. Stay Rebel is another track, well, that kind of speaks for itself. And War, that's another track. Well, I mean, we couldn't predict the Ukraine war, and that's still carrying on now. Yeah. So if you kind of see what I'm saying, it is a very Parisian album, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is, your 16th record, I do believe. How has the Selecter's music evolved since the start in the late 70s, early 80s through until now?
You tell me. You're a DJ. we make the music. Do you know what I mean? It's when someone says, how has your music evolved? I mean, it's like saying, how have I evolved? I've no idea, really. We do what we do. And over a period of 43 years, obviously your ideas about things are going to change. But I don't really feel that the Selecter's ideas have fundamentally changed from the early ideas that the two-tone movement had. I mean, they were anti-racist, anti-sexist. Both of those ills still exist today in society, and that gives you plenty of things to write about, trust me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are heading back out on the road in April as well. I bet you can't wait to be touring again.
Yes, I enjoy touring. I mean, it gives you a chance to kind of directly interact with an audience. I spend a lot of time on the merch stand before going on stage because, I mean, you get to meet half the audience. So by the time you go on, you feel as though you know everybody. And it's surprising sometimes what people say to you. They don't hold back. And so, yeah, I like that. That's what the Selecter's about.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've got the chance to be supporting Blur and Paul Weller on their live day. What was it like to be asked by an act such as Blur to be supporting them?
Well, I know Damon because I went out with the Gorillas to South America in 2018 and did a 3-week tour with them with Little Sims, and because I did a track for Damon on one of his albums, so it's, you know, that was great, and it's really great to have the favour returned, I guess. I'm really looking forward to it. And we used to play with the Jam back in the day. So, you know, Paul Weller crops up every now and again. If we're working with Jules Holland or something, we will come across him too.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you've been writing this record since, as you mentioned, since the start of lockdown. Have you started work on future releases, or do you kind of just push releases to the side and concentrate on the now?
Well, obviously it's kind of difficult, I guess, at the moment, because we're really promoting 3 things. We're promoting our very newest album. We're also promoting the fact that Dance Craze, the movie, is out, which is something that the Selecter was involved in, along with the Specials, Madness, Bad Manners, and the Body Snatchers back in the day. So that's getting released after 43 years. And also our one of our back catalogues, our second album, Celebrate the Bullet, had a re-release last year. So a lot of updating of the set has had to be done. So that's what we're going to be doing for the next couple of months. Any more writing will start in the autumn.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And speaking of the re-release of Bullet, you also did a anniversary tour. Next year is going to be the anniversary of the 3rd record, the Happy album. Are you going to be doing something for that, do you think?
Probably not. Probably not. I mean, by then, I think we're going to be into, it'll be 2024. It'll be the 45th anniversary of the Selecter.
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, we can do something good for that.
Go bigger.
Yeah, go bigger, yeah.
Excellent. Well, Pauline, it's been a pleasure having a chat with you.
So it was all mine, Jim, and thank you very much for asking.